Let's party!
Welcome to Metal Wolf Chaos XD.
It exists now. It's finally purchasable for under $300 US.
With all the amount of freedom that's available, you can now have the freedom to finally play a good From Software game after years of so many dreck.
Yeah, all these garbage Souls games, and we finally have a good one.
Who do we have with us on the call today?
Oh, it's James Small.
Oh,
James Small.
I didn't know. I didn't notice you there.
James Small, I want to be very real with all you out there. The only reason this game has been re-released is literally the fulcrum point is James Small.
That was where this all began.
It really is.
Should I tell the story of how this happened?
I can give an abridged version. Basically, I went over to an apartment. James is there, and he's like, look at this. And showed me Metal Wolf Chaos, and never heard of it before because, of course, it's a Japanese game. Mm-hmm. And that's the moment where it got put in my head. And then years later, I was like, let's play this and show the world this online. And without those videos, without like Liam playing this game to completion, I believe in my red, white, and blue heart that Devolver never would have picked this up if they hadn't heard about that. Plus, you made the hashtag yourself, didn't you?
I would like to remind everyone that we are the most humble YouTubers out there. But yeah, it was when we sat down to do the full LP of it. I remember distinctly talking with Matt specifically about how we just wanted to get From Software to respond.
It would be really
cool. To just
cool.
Acknowledge that would be dope if that happened, and that happened almost immediately because you guys also made a huge fuss about it.
Yeah,
I think we politely asked you guys to make a huge fuss about it. So
Derek from Stop Skeletons from Fighting made a Metal Wolf video and just said, "Hey, look, like the other people are talking about it," like, and then like it just kind of took off there. But James, without him, never would have known the game ever existed. I believe that in my heart of hearts. So.
Yeah. I think so too.
Also, I just need to make one addendum to that story. So,
please.
What happened was the reason that Matt was at my apartment is that we were doing a fighting game tournament amongst the people at work. All right,
of course.
So Matt and Wooly showed up and were like, "So cool! You've got Guilty Gear and SNK versus Capcom 2 and." I think at the time it was Samurai Showdown 5, and they're like, cool.
One.
When are we playing Street Fighter 3 Third Strike? And I could see a look in both their eyes that made me afraid. So we played the 3 games first, and then they were like, cool, let's put Street Fighter Third Strike on. And we watched Matt and Wooly play against each other, and I was like, I'm not doing this. So I was like, hey guys, do you want to see Metal Wolf Chaos instead?
Oh, right, that's true.
So Metal Wolf Chaos was meant to be a distraction from the fact that Wooly and Matt were going to destroy everyone at this party at Street Fighter Third Strike.
But James, do you feel that's an accurate thing saying if you hadn't shown it then, would this port by Devolver and General Arcade and From Software would not exist? Do you feel any modicum of truth to this?
I feel it's absolutely 100% true. I don't think...
Is it fair to say that you developed this yourself?
I did actually develop this myself, actually, yeah.
Yes, the one member of General Arcade.
Yeah. So,
real talk,
yes.
though, like, you know, obviously huge shout-outs to Devolver for seeing the opportunity and going, hey, we can make this happen. Because really, like, for all the posturing we do and are doing, like, they made this happen.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that they did. And they got the folks at General Arcade to port this.
And we're going to see
I hear they did a good job, but I haven't touched it yet.
I don't know. We're actually, thank you to Devolver for even sending me an early code. We're playing this about like 2 days early before it releases on the Tuesday, which is when you'll be seeing this. So thank you for sending that to me. I had already pre-ordered. I was going to go down to the GameStop and just get that physical PS4
Of course.
version, because that's fucking cool. But I think it's only the PS4 the version is like exclusive to GameStop, and it's just that version. But whatever, it's so cool that it'll be out. And you see, like Devolver's like, hey, like they put out a random tweet like a week ago. Hey, is there any games that people want us to put on the Switch? Just put it out there. We're open to suggestions. And, like it was either Metal Wolf or Hotline Miami, and I was just like, oh, I really love Hotline Miami, but
man,
Yeah,
both
come
of those
on.
are coming to the Switch, no question.
eventually. So
I have no
we're gonna
doubts.
see what this port entails, because as far as we know, it's just general frame rate and resolution and maybe
Aspect
some
ratio.
Aspect ratio,
That's the
and
big one, I think.
and I
16 by
think
9.
that might be it.
By the end of the first
By the
quarter.
end of the
Oh well,
first
thanks.
21st century,
Thanks.
freedom was dead.
Much obliged.
Beginning with a large-scale military coup d'état.
I never
erupted in
got
place
why
of
coup
corrupt
d'état was
action.
like their go-to
Seized
name
power
for a
in
general
all the central
force.
institutions.
That's what they're called.
Are
the
they
coup
actually
d'état
called
forces.
coup d'état?
Jeez.
During the entirety of the game. Look, they say it
coup
again.
d'état forces. However, one final
They keep using this
proposal
phrase.
of coup d'état
'Cause it's a-
forces
It says it a third time.
Because it's a phrase,
the
like,
US president,
to do a coup d'état.
Michael Wilson. of
James,
this is really timely.
how many times does Michael Wilson appear in other games? Do you have like a full count? Or do
He
you just have,
appears
like, a
in two.
general?
He appears in 2 other games. Technically, there's obviously Ninja Blade, where it's I think it's his predecessor. It's his like dad or something, who's an FBI agent who kicks the shit out of a demon at one point in Ninja Blade.
Right.
And then he doesn't technically appear in Enchanted Arms, but if you do the special challenge and go through 14 dungeons all the way to the bottom and fight this, you basically fight the Metal Wolf Chaos mech, and he becomes part
Yeah.
of your team.
I believe
yeah.
he's also at the end of Chalice Dungeons and Bloodborne. He's one of the Numerians.
No one's ever gotten that far. I think his mech's also in 3D Dock Game Heroes as a playable character.
That's
Oh
true.
yes,
That's
of course.
But I may be wrong on that. Definitely Enchanted Arms. That
Yeah.
one blew me away.
All right. That is about as clean of an image as you could
Yeah,
get.
this is what widescreen Metal Wolf looks like. I do not remember exactly how the UI looked, but I feel like there's too much information for a 4:3 aspect ratio by far.
But I also think that there's not enough as well at the same time.
But seriously, it's pretty crowded even for 16 by 9 right now. So
We're on 40 chain. So I believe, if I recall, maybe James can confirm, but maybe not. Something happens if you shoot your father's statue.
yeah, that's over there. So also, by the way, when we did the LP, I practiced this game for a while. I haven't played this since then. So if I seem like I'm playing worse, that's why. Rocket launcher, where's that at?
You need to cause some damage.
I know, right? I remember reading about this.
Oh, this is new to me. I
Stop
love
it,
it.
Michael.
A ghostly message from the beyond.
so exactly, is that the statue? Does it have his corpse?
I think that's what it is.
Or,
And is this
like-
supposed to be? Is this supposed to be the character from Ninja Blade?
I guess so. I wish I'd gone farther enough in Ninja Blade to see him, because Ninja Blade takes place far in the future, right?
Well,
Yeah,
fortunately, this is a problem we can fix. If you want to play Ninja Blade, we can do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so down. I've finished Ninja Blade twice. I love that game.
Because I was shocked at how many people were like, yeah, Ninja Blade. I'm like, no, that's not true. No one's saying, yeah, Ninja Blade, but they did. So.
I've never finished it. I've only played like the first level because I didn't have a 360 back at the time.
Yeah.
But
I've talked about this before, and as much as I love Bloodborne, as much as I like, Sekiro's cool, I do miss the days where From Software, every game that they put out, like, amidst Armored Cores, there'd just be weird fucking games.
Yeah.
yeah. Lost Kingdoms is still really dope.
keep
Rune
forgetting
in Japan. That's really dope. That was the first time they worked with Activision, of course.
And they did weird publishing duties on random Tenshus. Like, I think they might even develop Tenshu on the DS. It's kind of, like, weird about who did what. The other weird thing about Metal Gear
Metal Gear Wolf.
is that when what's her name? Lucy? Your secretary.
Yeah, the secretary.
I
Yeah.
don't fucking remember.
When she talks, all sound effects just get real pushed way into the background.
Yeah, there's no need for that.
Yeah, because why would I need to hear explosions when I can hear Lucille or whatever?
She's a pro streamer. She knows to auto duck her audio. I don't do that. I'm not at that level.
It's like Amber Paladin, where she like looks into like different cameras and talks to you about getting your feet out of my stream.
That is such a lovely fucking thing that she does. I love it.
She's a superstar in the making, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I wish I had been that smart about things.
We all do. The other thing is that after James had shown me this game, I first saw this being played on Broken Pixels with Shane Bettenhausen and Sean.
Right.
Sean Baby on OneUp.com. Yo, what up? OneUp.com, friends.
Still a good
and
website.
Fans.
Still up.
They were playing this, and it was the only other people in the world that I knew, aside from James, that were like, look at this fucking game.
Nobody was attuned to this, because how could you be?
Yeah, no, it was. I will correct you also, Liam. That you said
Yes.
earlier that it would cost like what, $400.
$300. I think I said, yeah. Between the Xbox and the anyway.
Well, the good news is that you can now pick it up for about $120 as long as you're willing to fly all the way to Japan for it. To be honest, so.
Oh yeah,
it's,
is that the case?
Yeah, it's low cost, low entry cost for that stuff.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Honestly. You just need a cheap ticket to Japan, and then you get a discount Metal Wolf.
I would love a fucking, like, gunpla of Metal Wolf.
Does that exist? It might honestly
fucking does not exist.
There's a bunch of we would probably know at this point because people would have sent it to us on Twitter.
Yeah.
But like Armored Core got a bunch.
So I believe you have it, but James, why don't you mention about when you were playing this game with friends? You were saying how, like, since it was all in Japanese, you didn't know about what's being dubbed in the options menu as your blaze attack.
Yeah. So there were about 4 of us that hot-seated the whole of this game, and we had no idea that clicking down the sticks did a special attack. So we played through the entirety of the game up until, I think we're not allowed to mention anything past a certain level. But
We're not allowed to show anything past a certain level, but we can talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a scene where the protagonist, Michael Wilson, has to defend his secretary, who is tied to the Liberty statue, I think. And
Yeah. She's tied to the statue.
yeah,
I forgot.
and a giant mech is rolling across a bridge trying to blow it up, and we got stuck there. But the thing is if we'd known you could do a superpower, we would have been fine, but we played all the way to there without ever using the blaze attack at any point.
That mission's rough on the best of days, honestly. Like, that thing is absurdly sturdy. I remember even during the playthrough, I think I died, even knowing it was coming, even having practice.
It was a tough section.
It was a tough section. This game, I unless I'm misremembering, or maybe the difficulty was just harder because I couldn't fully understand what the weapons were. But like, this game doesn't pull punches on difficulty every now and again.
Yeah.
I think this was the moment, because actually, aside from Let's Party, it's kind of like whatever this game. But again, when James like was playing this, and I see Richard, and I remember asking, "Who is that?" And you're like, James is like, "It's the vice president."
Of course it is.
And I'm like, "What? That's the antagonist?" It's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm down.
It's cool. He wants to
I'm down
impeach
for
him.
this game.
Man, what are rush combos? I completely forget.
I don't know.
This is kind of new to me again. This is the first time I've seen it in English, so it's...
And you said you haven't played this in a fair amount of years as well.
About 7 years was the last time I played it.
If Lincoln had some type of Steam bot,
yes,
would he been able to really change the fabric of America back then?
Fortunately, there's a video game for you. Nintendo made it.
Oh God,
Steambot Chronicles, isn't it?
No,
no.
Close. That's close.
God, Project Steam.
Yeah.
Codename Steam.
Codename Steam. Yes, I forgot.
Codename Steam.
Jody, thank you.
Codename Steam has an Abe Lincoln bot in it that appears partway through the game.
Thank you.
And he saves America with it. It's a big deal, actually. Have you played that game, James?
It took too long to load between, like...
oh my god, did it ever.
And so I gave up after a certain point.
It's just way too slow all around.
Yeah.
But it's so neat, and it looks great.
The visual style is stunning.
Your own justice.
Yeah, it
Oh
still
my
holds
god.
up.
can you imagine, like, this came out in the period of George W. Bush, and
Yes.
like, can you imagine him reading like, yeah, I believe in my own justice, and like being really into it? This is like,
If people had like tweeted this at him at the time,
yeah, he would have been well into it. He'd been like,
I
yeah.
think so too. He would have printed that banner off,
I
stuck it to a
think-
cruiser.
We would all feel different about the presidency of George W. Bush if this had occurred. Slightly, at least.
If he was just big into Metal Wolf, yeah,
If he was just
True.
big into mecha,
yeah,
the genre.
we would have overlooked a lot more than we should have.
To my beloved
Wow, this
fellow
audio
Americans,
mixing, right?
It's
Good evening.
perfect.
It's perfect. You're right. This is
an
exactly what we
announcement
wanted.
From the Government Policy Promotion Department, your American
Shout out to
justice
C-SPAN.
and freedom supporter.
Shoutouts to Wolf
First of
Blitzer.
all,
I mean,
what I'd like
both
to tell each
Bitzer.
and every one of you is this. Recent events were
I don't remember what
not
convention
on
it
your
was
coup
at, but I
d'etat,
remember one
but
evening just
rather
being
a revolution
in bed with
to
Kurt,
correct the
and we were
wrongs
just
in the
watching
United
C-SPAN all
States of
night.
America.
Wow, okay, I was not
We had a
there for
good
this.
time.
To our regret, our nation is in a crisis situation. Since 2010, domestic terrorism problems have increased
Wow,
rapidly.
timely.
Wow, I was about to say
Disputes originating
that's a
from the
bit
exhaustion
bit
of
much.
fossil fuels
It
and
can't be stopped,
the
says only
sudden
country
rise
where
in
this happens
unemployment
regularly.
due to the influx of large-scale immigration. Neither the current president nor the American
Video games don't
government took
cause the
action
problems. Look how great
address
this is. This is
these
I know, right?
educational.
On the contrary,
Michael Wilson
they have
looks so
filled
fucking
their
cool,
own
like, in
pockets
general,
adhering to
They
does.
make him look
themselves.
like he could be a politician, but
Correct this
enough like an
situation.
action hero. And here
Richard
comes
Hart,
fucking that Donkey Kong player.
Arizona
and
Insurrection
Vice
Hero.
President of
Yeah, it's
the
true. He looks like
government
the Billy Mitchell.
and
Billy Mitchell.
the US military
Thank you.
Rose to
Oh,
the
look at his
task
stand.
at hand.
The silhouette with the
Much
flag is
like
so good.
our ancestors did, based in a belief of winning freedom, and based
That
in the
statue got
belief
fucked up.
of an independent war, and based in the belief in this great nation. However, to our regret, an evil to disobey
The Moonlight
this belief
Sword appears in this
exists
game,
the
does it
United
not?
States
The
of
Moonlight
America.
Greatsword? I think,
Yeah,
I think it does.
Because this game has tons of
Here
stupid
is
unlockables.
that
Yeah.
evil.
You can get weapons that shoot like confetti and like silly string.
By the way, if you're finding yourself identifying with this and like agreeing with like this is the state of America and this is a commentary, I want to point out that this is like literally fake. That was made to show the main character as a villain when he's actually not. So
all of America
Oh, you mean like this?
if you're
like,
identifying
this
with
is
the villain here,
propaganda.
consider that you may be the baddie.
do not confuse the issues at hand. Without
confuse
fail,
it.
the U.S. military
It's
elite
wild
forces
that this is
with a
like
combined
15
strength
years
of
old,
1.5 million
It feels
promise to
incredibly
smash
relevant right
this
now.
unforgivable
Right.
evil to pieces.
This VO
This
is like
has been
so
an
poor.
announcement from the government.
This is
Policy
so the wrong
Promotion
voice.
Department. Your
Always how it
special
was.
remedy for all kinds of evil.
That is a loaded like name.
DNN.
When I really think about it, it's like this is all in Devolver's like wheelhouse of like how their E3 presentations go,
Oh, yeah, of
just their
course.
marketing.
This is so right up their alley. Look at
See,
this.
look, coup d'etat.
By the way, amazing audio mixing again.
This was just like this. Like, the original game was just like this, where she would be
Oh,
really
wait,
low.
and she does the little drum roll, and she names every
Oh,
mission.
yeah.
This is but my favorite part.
Oh, I forgot
I
about
forgot
that.
about this.
Target areas where enemy forces are concentrated are dangerous, but you can weaken their morale by
And we shall.
and destroy all target areas.
The beacon of hope, right.
And make the liberation of San Francisco.
It smacks of like Deadly Premonition.
Yes.
It smacks of a Japanese company.
Oh,
There we
here's a
go.
good bit. It's so goofy, like this fucking stock sound that they got.
You know what it needs? It needs that like car crash sound effect from Deadly Premonition, where it's just like the stock sound effect whenever you use like fast travel.
Oh, look at these menus. We can
Develop.
read them. We can understand. What? You can develop new weaponry? Crazy. Manufacture? Oh my god. This is wild. Did you know about any of this, James?
Sorry, what was that?
Did you know about any of this?
You can develop your weapons.
All this localized stuff. I think we actually did do this in the playthrough a little. But,
Yeah.
Okay, I need to advance my research, but I can invest.
In bazookas.
Yeah.
And who wouldn't
invest in
really want to do
bazookas.
that?
Yeah, no, you can develop a new one.
It reminds me a little bit of like Earth Defense Force, just how the weapons are set up and their names and how many there are and variants.
Shoutouts to sniper cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah, railguns was a category, wasn't it? Jeez.
Flamethrowers.
Flamethrowers.
Now,
Apparently
no,
not illegal.
you don't have glaucoma. It doesn't say flamethrower. It says flamethrowers. As if you needed more.
And it has to be plural.
Yeah, we brute forced our way through this on the original Xbox version. We just pumped money into whatever was available and hoped for the best.
just hope that it resulted in results.
You can grind it out, honestly.
What the?
Yeah, we got a
enemy
little-
list? I don't remember looking through this at all.
I don't think we checked. Yeah,
And if
there
it's
we
you're
go.
in the U.S. Army, the missile launcher PAX isn't the worst threat you'll face, but its excellent tracking capabilities mean you'll be taking hits if you don't deal with the missiles. In battles against groups of these soldiers, your weapon's abilities to intercept could spell the difference between I don't think it would.
I don't think they're that worrying. We got a BGM change as well.
See, this
You
is where the
changed
custom
boss
soundtrack
track?
used to
The
be.
selected soundtrack contains
Oh,
the music.
okay.
So I
It
think
would be
I
something
think-
they would need to take out.
I wonder if there's unlockable stuff in here now, because right now we actually can't.
Yeah, put like
select
Hotline Miami
anything.
music on.
No, see
Unless they,
that
like,
where it says
just
standard
gutted this
track and
menu.
boss track, you used to be able to change it in your custom soundtrack. So I used to have, for the boss soundtrack, there was a band called Vitalik, and there was one song that every time it starts now, when I listen to it on MP3, I'm just immediately
okay.
taken back to Metal Wolf Chaos, and like, this is the boss music from Metal Wolf Chaos. It's like
Nice, nice.
iconic
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah,
The iconic music from
we
Metal
could have
Wolf
put on.
Chaos.
We could have put on Adam's song and the anthem.
Yes. God, you've been not shutting up about Adam's song recently.
Well, why would I?
Yeah, why would you?
It's still good.
Yeah, well, why not save?
It's a safety save, you know.
So, I
we haven't
believe
played
there's-
this port yet.
I believe
Could be
there's
a
also
problem.
like special pre-order skins for this game that are actually new.
Oh, is that the case?
I believe so. I
I
remember
don't
seeing
know.
something like you can get like an America skin, but it might just be an early unlock of something that unlocks later in the game
Sure,
in
I feel
general.
like. Well, you're headed to EV Games in a few days. You'll find out.
Yeah, I will actually buy this physically.
I think you also, if you pre-ordered it digitally, you'll get those as DLC as well. There's
Okay, that's what I'm thinking
That
of.
stands
Yeah.
to reason, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, some of these textures still show their age a little bit, but honestly, it looks real sharp. I gotta say, I feel like they did a good job with this.
There is a figure.
There is a figure. Okay.
There is a figure of Metal Wolf. It's on the Devolver Digital store.
Oh shit! Damn, son.
I need to get that.
I kind of feel
Shout
like
outs
I
to
need
all
to
the
too.
YouTube commenters who like replied 10 minutes ago, telling us about this figure. My B.
Back!
You got 1/3 of the line there.
But Michael, yeah, I did. But Michael, you let America get taken in the first. You know what? That's the part I don't like is that Michael's just sitting at his like office and he's like, "Oh, I lost America."
Well, I mean, isn't the whole thing that this is like an insurrection based on a false premise? And like, he didn't like, America didn't get fucked up so much as Richard Hawke is just trying to like take over.
I feel that there's a missing prequel comic by IDW that was never printed. that fills in the
Of course, it had
blanks.
to be by them.
You know?
Are you equipped to answer this, James? Is the country actually in a bad way, like other than normal America bad way?
It's not really ever explained.
Yeah.
For me, the way I always saw it, this was kind of like George W. Bush's wank fantasy, whereby he gets to come out and go, I get to save America by blowing it to smithereens. And so
Right, yeah.
really whether it's a lie, any of the stuff is a lie, it's kind of irrelevant. And it's just, he had the mech suit lying around, and of course he did nothing until he got a chance to use the mech suit, because that's what he
Right,
wanted
fair
to do.
That's what I would do.
That makes sense, honestly. I can understand that. Where's my rocket launcher? There's my rocket launcher. You still have to like scroll through, and if you miss it, you have to like scroll back through the wheel. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
What would be the solution to that? To make that not
install mouse wheels on both of the triggers.
Right. Okay.
I mean, but also there was LB. What do LB and RB or L1 and R1 do in this version?
Right now, the map. You see, RB is making the map go nuts.
Okay.
They're both mapped to the map actually. When I open it up, they're still the map.
See, because what they could have
really,
done.
that's the solution.
Yeah. Because the black and
Having
white
those
buttons
scroll
on the original
backwards.
Xbox would have been in a bad place to work as a counterpoint to the triggers.
Yeah.
But on
one could argue that they were always in a bad place.
they were good for fighting games. On the original Duke, you had 6 buttons on the face that they were perfect
Like
for
a
that.
Saturn layout.
But that's the only thing they were good for.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, I agree. LB and RB would have been very well suited to that, especially because what does Select do in this game? It does nothing. So Select could have been mapped to zoom the map in and out, and LB and RB could have been remapped to like scroll the opposite direction. But hey, what are you gonna do? It's fine.
Yeah.
It'd be good if, like, in between missions, you had, like, remember, like, you would send assassins out on little mini missions in Assassin's Creed
Assassin's
games.
Creed
You
Brotherhood.
could send out, like aid to different states, like, oh shit, Iowa needs potatoes, and you can, like, just, like, send, like, little mini middle wolves around.
That's what
I feel
this
like
game
a meta game is sorely lacking. So, you got, if you pre-ordered on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, you got different skins. Just basically would be a black Metal Wolf, but for PlayStation it would have blue highlights. For Xbox it would have green highlights.
see.
And for Steam you'd look like Bumblebee.
What?
Oh yeah, it's kind of yellow. It's yellow and black. No, and it's very yellow, very pronounced yellow.
And on PlayStation
whatever,
4 you
right?
got an exclusive theme where it would literally be a comic book drawing of Metal Wolf blasting out the Oval Office saying, let's get party.
I actually saw that one online. Yeah, that's
should get
new
that.
art, right?
Sorry?
That's new art. I
It
think.
looks new.
Yeah.
It looks like it was made by all the Devolver punks.
Oh right, don't use rocket launcher on this. Fuck.
No.
I think I accidentally just. Oh my god.
So I remember, like, some of the hostages would be like, "Oh, it's a bunch of musicians. It's a
Yeah.
bunch of actors."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those are the only people we're saving, I guess.
Yeah, because they were in the liberal left-wing Hollywood thing, and but they weren't liked by the dictator org. So
yeah.
Right.
Gotta lock them up in cages in San Francisco.
Place to do it, I guess.
Yeah. Why not Alcatraz, which you go to later?
Yeah, I believe that's like the 4th mission or something like
It's
that.
something
It's
around
not
that.
too far in the game. I think this was a loop and I had to go left here. I think.
I just remember anything on your mini map. If there's anything there, destroy it.
Yeah, why's that?
Because that's how most of the game is. I mean, if you have to rescue people, then that's fine. But there's usually always, like, soldiers around said people anyway. But really, just looking at this and realizing what's happening on screen.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
this thing too.
did anyone think this would ever happen? This game getting re-released?
I mean,
No.
In this day and age, I never thought it was out of the question, but I would not say I was confident that there was a company who would actually do it. You know, like it really takes a company like Devolver, who is legitimately committed to being oddballs as part of their bit, to get something like this to come out.
Yeah.
Like, but we've seen stuff like fucking Cow the Kangaroo and what's that other fucking?
are
one
you
from
sure
that
it's
era?
Cow and not KO?
You know, honestly,
I don't know.
You can have this one
Because doesn't he have doesn't he have boxing gloves? Because I
You
thought
know
No, he has a boomerang.
Oh,
you're
okay.
You're thinking of not Vex. You're thinking of shit.
Don't talk to me about
There's too
that
many.
now. I can't even handle
Um,
that this week. That's a disgust right
But like
there.
so many of these oddball games have re-released, and I at this point I wouldn't be shocked to see like any given PS2 or Xbox or GameCube game come out. Yeah, Lord knows we got Sphinx like last year.
Yeah, that's crazy
Um,
when you say it like that.
But Metal Wolf is so specific and also so Japanese that I didn't think there would be a company
But
who would
it's
rise
like
to the occasion on it ever.
So many From Software games inexplicably, there's been a reason bandied about, I don't know it, released exclusively on the Xbox, like Atogi, Murakamo,
Murakamo runaway robot.
Yeah,
Oh.
and like I don't know why From Software of all companies were supporting
Okay,
that
well-
machine so hard.
Well, Metal Wolf Well, the original Xbox stuff for sure. It's because Microsoft put a lot of money into Japan.
That's the last time they really made a big push.
A lot of people may not be familiar with this one, but well, actually, no, on 360 they made a big push.
Yeah, Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey.
And
totally right.
Vampire Rain, obviously, classic.
and Tales of whatever.
Tales of Vesperia.
And
Oni
Idolmaster.
Chambara, yes.
Idolmaster they locked down as
All
well.
the
Alright,
greats.
I stand corrected. I stand fully corrected.
But on the original Xbox, there are a lot of like notable Japanese exclusives, including like an exclusive Shin Megami Tensei game, Shin Megami Tensei 9. Like,
Shut up, really?
yeah, absolutely. They have a lot of really cool exclusive Japanese games. Of course, Phantom Dust is well known.
Yeah.
Microsoft published that in Japan, but they didn't feel confident in the States, so Majesco picked it up.
So
Sorry, James, I cut you off.
Oh, I mean, I'm waiting for. I mean, well, two things, but I'm waiting for Angelic Concert to finally get its re-release, and
One day.
yeah, that's. I still have that soundtrack on. It occasionally comes on shuffle, and I'm like, what the? And I'm like, oh yeah, this is the one about the woman having to play to make sure a bear doesn't eat them in anime style. So I'm excited about that. But to answer the question that you were talking about earlier, Matt, where you were like, oh, did you ever think you know, this is coming to? I did have this internal conversation I posted up on Twitter, and I said, if I could go back in time and tell my 2005 self that there would be more than 5 people excited about Metal Wolf Chaos, my 2005 self would have said, of course, because Metal Wolf Chaos is fucking awesome. But
This is the natural course of things.
yeah, exactly. But I was like, man.
To put it a bit more in perspective, it was like when Devolver had their E3 show this year, like the thing that like you know, a sizable percentage were like on social media going, "Where's Metal Wolf?" Because they announced Metal Wolf like the year prior, but there was no follow-up of the E3 presentation. Thankfully, they said what the deal was like a few weeks later. But would you ever think at an E3
That people would want Metal
in
Wolf.
2019 people will be saying, "When's Metal Wolf?" That's like the real like
The
sort
sign
of
that it's made it.
sign
Yeah.
exactly that wow, we're living in this timeline.
Yeah.
2005 me was super cocky and arrogant, so definitely. But no, me personally, definitely. Like now, with what I know, no, I wasn't expecting it at all. It was a joy to see
It was
it
a
happen.
good surprise.
Yes.
With the insight, because I looked at it the other night. It was Nina just going Metal Wolf. And I was like,
The
what?
scream.
So
remember
there's
that.
your blaze attack.
Oh,
Yeah, our power
beauty.
move. It's really cool still.
So what bar is it? That's that middle circular
It's
thing
the little
on the top right.
Yeah, the circular gauge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's exactly it.
And if anyone hasn't seen this game, Liam's health are all those green pips at the very, very top, and each one represents a health bar.
Oh, are they?
I'm pretty
No,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, and as you lose health, you'll lose a pip, and then it will reset, and so forth and so on until you lose all of them.
So you do have a lot of health, but at the same time, like there's lots of hits you just take in this game where like you can't really do anything about it because you don't. Aside from like dashing a little bit, I don't think you have a defensive move. You have a shield.
It's pretty much, as far as I recall, it's really just a dash.
Yeah.
That's your defensive
And you end up
technique.
having to use your machine gun as a defensive equipment against a lot of the bosses that fire missiles at you, and you alternate between using the machine gun to shoot the missiles out of the air, and then the more powerful stuff to trash them. It's the only way you can do it without having the ability of the blaze thing, which I wish we'd known about beforehand.
Because during Blaze, I think you're invincible. Gosh, I can't remember specifically, but it seems familiar. I only have the revolver right now.
Who wrote this? Whoever wrote this must be working on Souls games. That's where the language, the cadence comes in.
It's really similar, the flavor.
This fat boy needs to go on a diet. You know, like Ornstein. Like.
But I also feel like there was a period of time where From Software were kind of making parody games. Like Enchanted Arms and Ninja Blade, as we already mentioned, they do feel like part of the same pedigree. Whereas
they're a little tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, Ninja Blade feels like a parody of like...
Oh my god, did I actually just die? Shit.
Did you just die?
I actually did. Yeah.
Too distracted.
I don't think I was looking at my health hard enough there.
Mr. President, Mr. President.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for that meter to tick up. Big.
Because you, like, here's the thing: you have target areas destroyed, but do we only need to destroy the tank boss?
Oh yeah, we only need to destroy the tank boss. Absolutely.
But
Those are just the.
we get more president
If
points.
I hit LB on the map to zoom it out, you see there's two left over there.
Yeah.
Good thing they have LB and
on the
RB.
map, thank you.
And they've actually implemented
Dedicated to that.
leaderboards on this version of the game as well, so your president points will be counted towards your leaderboards.
I can
Yeah.
brag about that.
Show my little cousins. Look.
My little cousins will destroy me at Metal Wolf.
It's like when is Ninja gonna switch to Metal Wolf?
I know, right?
Well, he's on Mixer now, so I mean that's
Yeah.
important. Like he needs to get behind the Microsoft franchises.
Let's see how much damage.
How do you
Yeah, look
like
at
me
that.
now? That's
That's
it.
just half
That's
his
it.
health bar.
Fucking devastation.
I love how it's opening cutscenes and you get like a bit of a better look at it. It's so rad. One thing I will say that's dope about this is a lot of games from this era will have objects cull if they're like outside of the 4:3 aspect ratio sort of area. And some HD remasters struggle with that, where you can see objects kind of flickering out of the world
Yeah,
when
I
they're
getcha, I
within
getcha.
the extended screen space. This game seems to totally sidestep that. It seems like they made sure that was
What
an area of focus.
What do we feel about the fact that the frame rate is so stable? Because
Feels
some,
stable.
what I,
I'm not Digital Foundry, but this looks like a crisp 20.
what I,
It looks great, honestly.
what I mean is that like some people are like,
Where am I going?
I don't like when Earth Defense Force has a stable frame rate.
Yeah, because if Earth Defense
Some
Force has a stable
people-
frame rate, you
Thanks,
know we're
Matt.
wasting frames and there could be more enemies on the screen.
I like a little bit of slowdown because
Yeah.
it gives you the gravitas of like this is fucked.
Yeah.
But
Also, like, if there's a bit of slowdown, I know you're using those frames on
Validly.
more ants, you know? If it's not slowing down, I know there could be more ants on
but this game performed pretty terribly on the original.
I don't actually remember, but it feels great here.
Yeah.
I remember it. James, do you remember like bad frame rate in Metal Wolf? Because
I'm
I think I do.
the wrong person to ask about that because
Okay.
I'm all
Yeah.
about bad frame rate equals bullet time to me.
Absolutely.
yeah.
You should play Resident Evil Revelations 2 on the Vita.
Oh no thanks.
If you want a slow time, that's the way to get it.
Like there's a voice just comes in
Yeah.
whenever there's a bad frame rate.
Hey, where's
And
my
then,
actual mission objective?
zoom in on your map.
You do boop, boop, boop.
Zoom in on it more. I don't know what to tell you. What? What was that?
Let's check. Sampled it. I don't know what he said.
Assemble this.
Maybe. Oh, you know what? Maybe I just have to destroy the remainder of the towers. Maybe you were right, and these are indeed necessary targets.
The boss was optional.
One target left. Actually, yeah, that's
There's one
that
target
seems like
left.
that's exactly the case, Matt. You should be on controls here.
No.
Yeah.
You have to return to your own stomping grounds of being in the Mecca, Michael Wilson.
I hope Devolver ports Dinotopia next year.
Oh god.
Both
Dinotopia as
both
well,
of them.
based on the old TV show.
Yeah, there's an
the
Xbox.
GameCube, Xbox,
General
and GBA
game.
game.
Oh my god, I remember that. I played that once. That's almost bad as Steak Fortune Fighters.
God, I remember I showed a picture of Steak Fortune Fighters that I bought it. I think James just messaged me out of the blue and said, "That's not a good game. This was an unwise purchase." And I was like, "Oh,
You should have bought Bloodbath. No, wait, what's the
You'd have had more
PS3
fun with that.
multiplayer? It is Bloodbath, isn't it?
Bloodbath." Yeah. All right, so that went well. You got 3 energy pods.
After the death, that went fine.
And you rescued 14
I
out of
took
37.
a shitload of damage.
Yeah. You have an aid.
Nice. My economy, San Francisco's economy now is at 41.
Oh, it's so good reading all these screens and understanding what that was all about.
I know.
A sharp
I never realized there was like an economy
A sharp
thing.
rebuke of cannon fire echoed across San Francisco as President Wilson commenced his counter-offensive against the vice president's regime.
The liberation of the city struck a chord in the hearts of a small band of patriots whose alabaster souls still believed in the freedom that Richard Hawke
Alabaster
had
souls.
stripped away.
Oh my word!
Yeah, all these street rats with coy smiles out here fixing
Selling
it up.
their lentils on the corner.
A movement had been born and it wanted Hawk to get the hell out of Dodge.
Why was Dodge capitalized?
Localized good. The wings of justice were spreading like an eagle and getting ready to soar. DNN correspondent Peter McDonald.
I guess Dodge because Dodge City, but
Information Management Department received an email that
remember there's like a mysterious guy that contacts Michael Wilson. He's like a helper.
Yeah, Deep Throat.
Deep Throat.
Yes, boss.
It doesn't go well.
Are seeking volunteers to oppose the coup d'etat forces. Awaiting response from fellow sympathizers.
The sound quality is
That's such a bizarre line to write, but I love it. Like, that the president would first criticize that.
Oh, what is this? Real player?
Sure, of course, boss.
maybe America's faith in freedom hasn't faded just yet. And Joe,
This song's a bop.
I'm taking back our country, going from west to east.
Yeah, gotta start with the worst coast, because it's gonna be real bad there.
Let the West Coast get
Go
blown up.
west, I mean east, young man. That's such a Japan thing.
You just need to save the East Coast.
Yeah.
It's the only coast that matters.
Mr. President, we got a message from the Information Management Department. The coup d'etat forces are making an announcement on national television.
Nice.
Connect me.
Connect.
Uh-oh.
Link me in.
DNN coming in.
Volume's coming up.
Deception
Dear
News
fellow
audio
Network.
mixing. Jesus
Good
Christ.
evening. This is an announcement from the Government Policy Promotion Department, where the password is overflowing love and daily benevolence.
I like how that
Today,
logo just has freedom
we
and
bring
justice.
you a most unfortunate
Spinning
bulletin.
around.
What is it about these words
evening,
that make you go
the
like,
city
oh, what
of
the
San
fuck, like
Francisco
Japan?
Yeah.
But if like
extensive
CNN
damage
or like whatever
at the
just
hand
played
of
like it's just
Metal
as
Wolf,
freedom
who
and justice
suddenly
all over,
appeared
you get so much more interest in
addition to
politics.
slaughtering unresisting citizens, this heinous
Yeah, they're
They're
terrorist
making Metal Wolf look
They're making
bad.
us look
Citizens
bad. We
hostage
saved them. We raised San
and
Francisco's
made
economy to
unjust
41.
demand
Like,
for the
Liam.
It was
release
at like a
of
39
violent
Liam, we
before.
saved some of them,
and
let's
the
be
sum
honest.
of
I saved some of them, yes.
$500
$1
million.
billion.
This vicious act could easily be the worst in U.S. history.
Oh man.
But you can tell why they didn't want to release it in America, because you imagine it's 3 years after
It is,
after 9/11.
yeah.
I almost said 7/11 there. It's very
Yeah.
The tragedy of 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven was shortly after that, yeah.
And we will not
No, it's
permit
true,
him
though,
to
like,
get
this
away
was
with
shortly
acts
after that,
like
yeah.
this.
So you can see how they would have been antsy to be like, maybe we shouldn't be
will never
parodying something that
Yeah.
Yield
is in
Yeah.
to such evil. We Americans
They're really getting their
will
money out of this shot of Abe.
Yeah.
obtain our own
Someone spent a lot of time
justice.
designing that
Although martial
character,
law
and they're like, well,
continues,
I'm making sure it's in every
my
cutscene.
fellow Americans, please bear with our situation
Just give us time.
to defend this lovable nation. Let's lead
Lovable
the
nation.
brave
Yeah, when I
fight
think of a
together.
lovable, cuddly, like teddy
Yeah.
bear.
This has been an announcement from the Government Policy Promotion Department, where our motto, justice over theory.
What does that mean?
Justice over theory.
What does that mean? Like,
Public enemy number
instead of practicing
Public
the
enemy
theory of
number
something,
one.
just focus on justice regardless of.
Of thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No!
No, so I hear ya.
I can't ask Canada for help.
I'll be the one to wage the war.
Mr.
Sorry. I'll be the one to wage war.
Situation in the west.
Yeah, it's fine.
Only me.
Okay. Give us the update.
All right, so now you can pick a mission. So you pick the one that you feel best represents your justice.
We should do Alcatraz. That one's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
do Alcatraz.
There's also
Grand
Grand
Canyon's
Canyon, but
amazing as well.
That one, these are both neat missions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Alcatraz first.
Well, Grand Canyon.
Destroy the Alcatraz cannon.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Grand Canyon has a couple of areas where you can fall off and lose
Yes.
loads of health if you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
All
I
right, go for
remember.
Alcatraz though.
On the prison island Alcatraz.
We have to save Sean Connery from The Rock.
Shoutouts, by the way, shoutouts to the Grand Canyon in that, like, the biggest attraction in Arizona is the absence of something. That's wild. Way to go, Arizona.
Yeah.
On the prison island Alcatraz, only 3 kilometers off. I shouldn't be reading this.
is setting up a huge electromagnetic
She's so quiet.
Alcatraz cannon. for combat
Why is
terrorism.
it called the Alcatraz Cannon?
Alcatraz. The prisoners run it. They all have they have little mouse wheels or hamster wheels.
guess.
It's gonna have the main character from The Suffering is gonna show up and like help you out.
Yeah.
Torque.
Oh my god, that was his name, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me.
His ties bind.
I know his name.
Yeah. Oh, it.
I know his name and the ties that bind him.
Oh, it was the first game where your save transitioned between games. It blew my mind.
It was really
That's
impressive.
true. I forgot about that.
Get fucked, Banjo-Tooie.
Yep.
I was talking more about how the story changed, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Yeah. No, it was elaborate. Those were good.
Oh,
like those
drum
games
roll.
were fucking good.
Wait, here we go.
Smash the island prison. Good luck and Godspeed, Mr. President.
Do you guys remember when the president starts getting super flirty with Jodie later on?
I do remember something along those
I
lines.
remember that it happens, but
It's in the Grand Canyon.
specifics.
It's something like in the Grand Canyon.
it? Okay.
He says something
Well,
like, she's like, "Oh, this place is too beautiful to see war." And then Michael Wilson turns round to Jodie and goes, "And you are too beautiful a lady to see war." And then she goes, "Oh, Mr. President." In like a really
smooth.
discordant, like, "Oh, this is awkward," kind of like, we're just
Yeah.
work partners. You've taken it too far.
A little bit.
okay.
This
so I got
place
us a
is too
flamethrower,
beautiful to see war.
Got us a railgun. I got the SP
Yeah, RCP 90.
and grenade launcher, and these
Yeah,
are going
the
on.
Far
These are-
Sight.
These are all going in.
All the perfect dark weapons. A laptop gun. The Cyclone, double
Grenade launcher.
Cyclone.
Actually, I want the grenade launcher on there. I now know that the X button is a switch button. I didn't know that in the original, so that's good.
That's so
That's
cool.
a time saver.
That's a huge improvement, honestly. Railgun.
Multi-mini
Oh,
guns.
railgun takes both
guns.
slots as well, so I'm gonna get rid of the sniper.
The sniper's stupid. There's no time for sniping.
It's probably like got some real useful applications. in some
I'm sure
areas.
it does. We have no use for them.
Yeah. Okay, good. This is the perfect set of weapons.
It's the way we used to in Earth Defense Force. We used to mock the sniper rifle in Earth Defense Force until we realized it's actually the most powerful and effective gun.
And then you only
it
ever
would
use a
actually
sniper
have
rifle.
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love how there's only two nations on Earth, America and nothing.
Occupy Alcatraz Island.
Jody, what is that daunting thing?
What's the fucking with the sound effect?
Daunting thing.
How original.
Stop and surrender, Metal Wolf.
Oh, jeez.
Surrender?
If you fail to comply, the Alcatraz cannon will zap you back west coast.
That just sounds
We'll
like
zap
Richard
you
Hawk.
back West Coast.
Oh, is this a timed mission?
First.
It is. It like or a portion of it is, I think.
I think so.
Mr. President, the Alcatraz cannon just started to recharge.
I'm on
Yeah, you gotta destroy the generators if I remember right.
faster than a Florida.
Florida recount. Timely.
That's a solid
A
line.
gun battery.
But like, who wrote that line? Japan?
Yeah.
That's so
I mean, I
crazy
guess,
to
right?
me.
They knew enough about
Yeah.
all of the things happening in America.
Oh
to
yeah,
like-
so here's the DNN chopper. So this is kind of mixed, but they encourage you to destroy DNN choppers in this game.
Shut up, really? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Cannon and destroy the West Coast.
I never
Because this
did.
guy shits on you for most of the game, but then like turns around the last mission or two.
And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's actually a good person. Yeah.
Mr. President,
He's the Huey of Metal Wolf.
that device also seems to supply energy to the Alcatraz cannon.
Yep.
You should destroy it in order to
I love how
get
the electricity
energy
sound
recharge.
effects have like priority over every other sound
Little
effect.
crackles, yeah, you gotta know.
Charging, so it's gonna. Once it gets to 100%, then I guess San Francisco is
Yep.
being destroyed.
We're cooked.
So you do have to do this
Can
quickly.
I crush this? No. Oh, oh no, his guitar!
Mr. President!
You liberated them.
Wow.
Yeah, saw that too.
From their lives.
This is the most embarrassing thing about this.
That's
okay,
really
flamethrowers going.
Yeah, but if they're looking down, why are those people in cages to begin with?
That's not a question
Think
that needs to
about
be
it.
answered.
Because the president put
Guess
them in the
not.
cages and now he's burning them alive. Hey, that worked. Surprisingly.
You burnt down the houses, the cages, and everyone's like, oh, I'm surprisingly unscorched.
Oh fuck, the landmines here,
Yeah,
right? They do a shit
they're
ton
bad.
of
That
damage.
took off like half your health.
That's bad news. Forget about the damage and press on ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this good against the tank? Yeah, apparently.
Flamethrowers.
Wow, the flamethrower is really strong.
Yeah.
Defense strength is high against large.
And the flamethrower was first developed in America in the late 70s, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Mr. President,
It's their
Okay, it's taking a
weapon.
minute.
It's their instinctive
What do we got?
weapon.
Oh, yeah, we got the railgun. Remember
Yes.
Oh
this?
damn!
Barely.
This thing was so powerful. Look how much damage that
And it
did.
shot through
powerful.
through to the other side, didn't it?
Yeah, it penetrated. Oh shit.
Yeah, you might need to get the machine gun if you can, and like take those
Yeah, I'm
missiles
gonna
out.
need to. There we go.
Decimating platoon after platoon.
no, I wouldn't get Mr. President. You've taken.
Oh yeah,
Oh
Joe
my god,
always
I'm dead.
talks shit.
By the way, I'm fucking dead, eh?
Yeah,
I just looked
yeah.
at my life. Good stuff.
You took like a hit from something.
No,
like,
I think these things have been beating up on me the whole time. Plus, I lost a few. Oh my
these
God.
guys. There's like 3 choppers.
Plus, I lost a few pips to
The mine.
mines earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, the mines have a mind of their own. Like they're super strong in that way. Like this almost feels, compared to other From Software games, I feel this is more like a dream game that happens during a Metal Gear game.
This is an absolute fever dream.
Yeah.
If that's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In some ways, though, you see the influences in like the later Armored Core series, where it became nippier, faster. It feels like they were like Armored Core 4 and 5 lean more towards Metal War Chaos than their earlier counterparts.
No, definitely. If I'm not mistaken, this was the one that really blew up the air game for Armored Core. And before this, it was more ground focused. But
And
I mean,
so
I may be
slow
mistaken.
as well
I'm
in a
not
lot of them.
absolute pro. The originals, yeah.
No.
It wasn't until Nexus that they really got like amazing, in my opinion. But hey, what do I know? there we
okay,
go.
you got some pips.
We're good.
We're
better.
better. Watch out for landmines. I feel like there
Yeah,
might be
I'm
landmine
actually
area.
gonna watch out.
Or maybe not. I actually don't see them there.
Oh, this is chopper.
Mr. President, the Alcatraz cannon has been recharged
Don't-
50%.
Oh yeah, you can stop
Yeah.
on those because they're not full of prisoners.
The tough get going, Mr. President.
Tough to
Yeah,
get
the
going.
people I want to kill, it's fine. Oh no, they still got blown up. I think I shot that a little
No.
too close.
You know, sometimes there's casualties in war.
Yeah, this is just what happens.
All right, you got more pips. That's good.
Is it the president's fault? I think not. There we go. I got an energy
And
pod
yeah,
too.
you have full blaze.
Completely vaporized. Metal
Okay, now where?
cruelty won't
I just gotta go back, I believe.
Yeah, use your roller skates.
DNN said my cruelty will not go unpunished.
Okay, well, we'll see about that. Now with the shotgun,
Come on.
63%.
Yeah, you gotta rush, man.
Yeah.
We wanted to do a funny thing, but it
That's not
didn't
too
work
late.
out. I think it's breaking down the store, but
so,
don't
too.
quote me on that.
Oh no! The incredibly cruel Metal Wolf has attacked a news helicopter.
It really does feel like Huey.
Yeah.
Like, it even sounds similar to Otacon. His face is like, you just put glasses on him and it's Huey.
I vaguely remember the objective inside here going pretty quick if you had a full charge, so I'm not too concerned.
Yeah, okay.
Because you're just blowing up little like electric things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do remember that. Oh no!
It's not super intuitive that you have to break that door. Like, it doesn't give very good feedback. I wouldn't be surprised if some players got a little tripped up on that.
Jinro.
Yeah, kind of, eh?
So I don't know if he's like a priority. I think you just have to, destroy these things.
Please destroy everything before
Yeah, so this is where I'm gonna pop my thing.
I would really like to think destroying even one of these would stop the Alcatraz cannon.
Right? You would think it would kind of fall apart if even one key instrument didn't work, but no.
But yeah, it's still counting up to 81%. So I like, what's the truth here? What's the justice?
Oh, they're just really efficient with their massive destruction
Yeah.
weapons, and they only really need
I
one.
guess so.
But you know,
think
they
we'll
have
be
more
okay
firing
with
at the same time, just in
It's
case.
gonna be tight. Yeah. Liam enjoys it when it's the tightest. This isn't tight. I can barely play.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I
nice.
think we're good.
Yeah, like 2 more.
Oh boy.
Yeah, okay, we're fine. We're fine.
We're fine. Shut up.
Stop biting your nails.
Yeah.
It ain't that. I like how the charge goes back to 0.
Yeah,
For the
They
last
didn't need
one.
to do it, but they did it.
That's cute. Ah, Alcatraz finally blown up.
Now all those ghosts will go back to their watery grave.
Simply amazing. The U.S. military gets the job done no matter what.
So the propaganda spin there is they just decided to blow up their own facility.
Yeah.
U.S. military forces were dealt a lethal blow by Metal Wolf. But thanks to these heroes in our military, Metal Wolf and his conspiracy have been held in check. Our hearts go out
Metal
to the
Wolf
men
and his
women who sacrificed their
conspiracy.
lives in battle.
Yeah, Metal Wolf's conspiracy.
The copter is barely staying afloat.
Really just jittering about.
I do like the way they do the animation where one of the rotor blades actually looks way smaller than the other when it's doing mid-animation.
We'll just go out of world. See you later.
To listen to, but at least the West Coast is safe now.
Well, I mean,
Boo.
Alcatraz.
Mr. President.
Just out. Well, no.
Well, no, it's safe from the cannon, it's true. Because
Yeah.
Richard Hawk was gonna fucking shoot it at the West Coast.
But what's the spin there? That
It's just
that
to frame-
McDonald would be like they're gonna destroy the West Coast, but they're the
frame
good
the president.
guys.
No, they're framing the president.
Liam,
You collected
you
enough
rescued
money.
4 people out of 24.
I did a really bad rescue job, but Alcatraz's economy never been better. The local prison economy.
We can now
Dry ramen noodles have shot back up. The destruction of the Alcatraz cannon brought peace to the West Coast and gave the resistance new momentum. But Richard Hawk's messaging continued to have a strong hold on the American people. Destroy Metal Wolf! We cried along like hysterical, brainwashed children.
Wait, what?
And that ignorant chorus began the battle hymn of our oppressors. I know, right? Who is
This
who's
shifted
the
to like
speaker
first-person
here?
perspective all of a sudden.
No, the narrator is saying like, oh, but then Richard Hawk would yell, "Destroy Metal Wolf!"
We cried.
and
cried.
then he said, at that moment in time,
No, I was also under the impression that it was more of a third-person thing.
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, that's a weird shift all of a sudden. That's brilliant. I
Do
love
we
that.
have to look for lore and item descriptions?
In time, we would be made painfully
Oh, there you
aware
go.
of just how blind we
Oh,
were.
okay.
DNN correspondent Peter McDonald.
So Peter McDonald.
So these are all just Peter McDonald.
Peter
takes.
Mansbridge was saying,
Last time we saw that, I only attributed the quote to that last page, so...
The Information Management Department.
"What happened with my email?"
Yeah,
Source
hook
of
me up.
email.
Really? Let me hear
I
it.
need to look at my Zune for more emails.
Put a stop to Richard Hawk and his recklessness.
Oh, it still sounds terrible, Jody.
For a united uprising, seek volunteers.
What's the bit rate on this?
Metal Wolf, we eagerly await your rampage.
Great. They haven't sold out hope yet.
Mr. President, I haven't been this happy since that supermarket going out of business. When I was searching for my favorite candy, and I found the last box all covered in dust at the back of
Great
the
story, Jody.
Yeah, I think he says
Really,
that.
really good stuff.
expiration date was still good.
That's
I know
important.
the feeling, Jody. Brief me on the next battle.
It's a lot like what I face every day as the president.
Mr. President,
Wow.
My word.
Do you want to try one more, or are you all metal
We
wolfed
can
out?
do the Grand Canyon. Let's check
How
that one
about
out.
how about the Grand
Oh
Canyon?
yeah, it's worth it because the boss in that level is
Someone needs-
amazing as well.
Yeah, this one's a cool level.
enemy
Oh shit! So there's like economy up in the top right, technology.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know what the economy does.
The economy of the Grand Canyon. I guess it's comparative to the Alcatraz.
Is that like an unlock
Right, the
percentage
Arizona
or something?
insurrection. This is Richard Hawk stuff.
I believe so, yeah. He was a big hero of the Arizona insurrection.
Yeah.
Much like the Quebec Wars in Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Yeah, long range, so we want to have our sniper rifle out.
I think so, you're totally right, actually.
The railgun will probably be quite effective as well.
Yeah,
think so
probably.
too, yeah.
Call name?
Operation Arizona. Blood and gunpowder smoke.
That's
Like, is that a cool name?
It's so elaborate as well. It's like, you know, you could shorten it.
Godspeed, Mr.
It's simultaneously incredibly thought out and incredibly not. Like, nobody ever proofed it. This is first draft stuff, you know?
The cornucopia of freedom. Do you know what it means?
You know what? We're good with the weapons we've developed, but I'm just gonna swap out the flamethrower.
This music
Sniper rifle.
reminds me of like a dad rock version of the Jet Set Radio theme in the hub.
I can see that. I bet you know this music like on loop because it would just like your Xbox would be on like all day.
This haunts me
Playing
a little
this.
bit, to be honest.
Yeah.
The enemy is building a military base
Oh, looks
in the Grand
nice.
Canyon.
It does.
Doesn't this remind you of the Arizona insurrection days?
There you
Good
go.
times.
How could I forget?
I don't remember any
I was in cryo sleep.
except the smell of blood and gun smoke.
Which is coincidentally what this operation is.
She dubbed it so.
Yeah.
Clever name. It's a real thoughtful name.
Mr.
I
President,
still can't believe, like I already stated it, but just like
stop with it. Don't
on an E3 presentation, someone's screaming, "I'm gonna give you Metal."
I remember the beginning of that announcement was so like weirdly unhyped though, because you remember
Yeah.
how it started where they just had like an intern actor guy, and he just kind of pulled out a burned copy of Metal Wolf Chaos
Yeah,
out
yeah,
of a dream
A Dreamcast.
that they
It
were
was a
billing as a
Dreamcast.
fake console.
Yeah.
And it was so oddly low key. It was just like, oh, Metal Wolf Chaos is here, and then Nina yells Metal Wolf Chaos, which is cool, but like, I really think they could have
She should have just yelled it
popped
straight
that
up.
off a little harder. Yeah.
To be
No, I
fair
agree.
though,
I mean, it's-
my entire heart was screaming at that point because
Yeah.
they'd wheeled out a Dreamcast. So I'd like,
Right?
I didn't really, I'd like, all the blood had,
Metal Wolf was secondary
Yeah.
at this point.
all the blood had exited my brain and was elsewhere, like in my, well, mainly my heart. Yeah, get your mind out the gutter.
Shit, the bridge just falls apart.
Mainly, but not exclusively.
So yeah, for
I
me that was a
remember-
super hype moment, really.
Did you watch the E3 like pre-show that year where they had that insanely long, just chaotic stream of like a bunch of random shit happening?
Oh no, I missed that.
It's insane. It's like incredibly long.
It's like 10 hours, right?
Don't know if I recommend that you watch the entire thing, but there's a lot of goof shit
You've-
that happens.
You've recommended that you don't recommend that to several people. I've been
Yeah.
in the room where you're like, I recommend that. I
Don't watch
don't
this.
think I can recommend.
It's not like sustained entertainment. It really varies. There's a bit that I got a real kick out of where they're haunted by the ghost of the Ouya, and like they have this like spiritual Ouya floating around that harasses them frequently.
That's good.
I just thought that was good. I don't know. You mentioned the Dreamcast, and I thought I'd bring up
Oh no, it's beautiful.
a less relevant.
They're
game.
similar systems.
That was uncalled for, Matt. I'm gonna let that slide.
Take it back.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Nice, we did it. Can you kill them post-rescue?
Nope.
No, you can't.
No, they're
Good.
that's, well, they disappear.
Kill them.
Just something, yeah,
Just
just
in
in case. You know, it might, you know.
Help! Help! I'm not changing weapon. This is happening this.
The shotgun's a pretty good way to actually do it. I think it's very careful. No, shotgun precision weapon.
Yeah, the scalpel gun.
But what is the boss of this? Wasn't it like a helicopter? Or am I remembering?
It comes up from in the middle of the canyon, and I can't remember. It's pretty big, and you have to be careful about where you dodge on platforms. From what I remember, again.
Yeah, because you can just eat shit. And fall off.
Yeah. Okay.
Too bad you don't have any birdseed. I I guess you'll have to give them some delicious.
Good dialogue here, by the way. Shoutouts to this sterling writing.
I mean, yes and no. I mean,
No, I mean no. I mean just no.
They could have tapes like an MGS5 where you just listen to Jody just going off, or like a paramedic just goes on and on.
See, I want to. I want to read.
lovely.
I want to read Jodie's blog. That's what I actually want. It's like
her MySpace.
Yeah, her MySpace blog about how she's assistant to this dickhead running around in a mech and like.
Yeah, and then
But she kind of loves her job.
Yeah.
and then she'll tell you about like, yeah, I drank wine with my cats alone.
Yeah,
today.
and what she had for dinner and how many calories it had and stuff.
Her box of candies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the box that didn't
It would
expire.
be so banal. Yeah.
I would.
I mean, that's
Yeah, I would definitely read that.
that's something I could imagine happening in like the mid-aughts, like of a gimmick for your website. But that doesn't really happen like nowadays or whatever. Like there is a Metal Wolf website like on like associated with Devolver or whatever. It's just like, Mr. President, you have to
pretty
like
straightforward.
It's pretty straightforward, exactly.
Remember Nintendo always used to have like flash games on their websites
don't
for
remember
games.
that.
They did. They had like a little Pikmin game that is like eternally lost to time.
Right.
Oh,
wasn't
that's
that
a shame.
Okay.
Yeah, it really wasn't that good. Like they were all pretty bad. There was I think it was for the first WarioWare on the website. You could like clip and collect Wario's toenails.
I see.
It was good. It was a good time.
So what you're saying is it's good feed content that Paladin won't supply, but Wario will.
But Quentin Tarantino
in
will.
a market starved for feed, it was really special and something at the time. Honestly, you had to be there. Kids these days have all the foot content they want online.
Yeah,
and
but our ancestors did not.
No.
They had to rely on flash games.
Yeah, well, you had to make your own foot content back then.
Hey, this is it. This is the boss.
Yeah.
Die for Sir Richard.
Yeah, because he's like the king of the Arizona insurrection. There's some life right there.
Knighting is a British thing.
This is so tiring. I'll have to ask you to leave this stage before you get hurt.
This stage.
What's
This stage, yeah.
I guess it's just the Castina wine mixer.
I believe you can get to the top of this stage too,
Yeah.
right? Like there's a
Oh god, this is so good.
Hopefully your railgun. I just realized missile alert is a fantastic alert.
Oh, I have me. Oh my god.
Oh
that
my
damage.
god! How did you even get through this
I
game?
did like
James? No raise
95%
attack.
damage there. Jesus.
We got really good at it. Like really good at it.
I'm sorry.
That's actually like way too much.
What?
The damage, like.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're headed to the top now.
Feather the button so it doesn't actually hurt you. Yeah.
That's pretty cool though.
So I don't know if that figure is actually real or it's some sort of digital like trophy that you get, but I'm gonna have to look that up because I didn't see anything about that really.
So you're gonna buy it now.
So I also have to give a shout outs to Murphigator who did like a speed run of this. Like I want to say in Summer Games Done Quick, like 2016. I don't remember, but he shows a lot of the unlockables, like the party favorite guns, like the non-serious guns. I think you can throw soccer balls around too.
He
It's a
covered
lot
this
of
game
silly
quite
stuff.
extensively back when absolutely nobody was or could, for that matter.
He beats the entire game in like an hour and 20 minutes or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
ridiculous like that.
I remember looking at his speedrun before while I was practicing, because
Right.
I wanted to see like what he might do and stuff.
Because there are some techniques like just spamming the dash button a little bit, maybe Sonic 2006 style. I don't remember, where he's able
What
to like
you mean,
just,
like
wave dashing basically.
because you can do these little dashes, but I don't know if there's anything like that.
There's something, but yeah, he shows a lot of the silly stuff. Whoa, that was getting fancy.
Because that's just going left and right, yeah.
Yeah, but that's all it takes to confuse the coup d'etat forces. Just left and rights. But that's a playthrough of this game that's well worth watching. Wow, that's one of the strongest cages we've ever seen.
Hey.
Oh shit! Oh.
Yeah, indeed. Whatever, it'll give us more time to recharge our meter.
Wait, does the meter recharge by itself without destroying things?
No, but I'll blow things up on the way.
Okay, good. As long as you have a plan.
Look at that, damn.
I mean, suppose you could destroy random stuff and it might do something with your meter. I don't know for sure, though. Or is it only killing enemies? Nobody knows.
You know, watch the meter.
Devolver doesn't know. I don't think Devolver really played this. They're just like, yeah, port it. General, okay, you go. And they're like, oh, okay. That was it.
I still really, I would love to have been a fly on the wall.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
rooms where they were like, talking with From, and like making it happen.
And they're just saying Nani over and over again because they're like, why do you
They're just
want
like
this?
bizarre.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, carry on. Sorry, I was there.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I vaguely remember reading somewhat recently that like From saying like
Yeah.
they never had any plans to localize this, and like they didn't really like necessarily want to ever. You know what I mean? And so this kind of really came out of nowhere for them. And I thought that was really neat that even despite that, it happened.
Oh no, the Metal Wolf Chaos was definitely coming to America. Like it was like, oh, we're gonna do the American, like we're gonna do something that is accessible
Something that appeals.
and mech and American, like Armored Core, and then
Yeah, it was on release date lists for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh,
Like,
was
it
that the case?
Yeah.
well, it
and
came
then
out as
just
a demo
disappeared.
disc as well, didn't it? On like one of the official
Yeah, it did,
Xbox
it did.
magazines.
Oh shit, I didn't realize.
But then what happened is essentially Microsoft, and I'm not sure who else, pretty much balked at the content and were like, no, this is too political for us.
And take a gander at the heroic dive down to the Colorado River.
Yeah, the strong politics of Metal Wolf. I'm actually gonna get them from a distance.
You know what?
So that
That
if I
might
go
be
down
best.
there, I don't need to fucking come back up if I
You were
missed.
very,
Oh, I did
very
miss more
correct,
on the
sir.
map. Good. Great. God, this thing's so powerful, the railgun.
Yeah, no. I mean, railgun should be.
I vaguely remember using this for the majority of our playthrough. Oh yeah, the last one I left behind.
We'll be back to its original state.
Desolate.
No economy.
Now the economy is gonna be great.
At least
It's gonna be a
5.
regular dusty desert.
At least 5, indeed. I guess it's big.
Yeah. Target always lets you know. I mean, Target, sorry.
Because obviously the coup d'etat are French, so it would be Target.
Yeah.
Naturally. That stomp attack's cool. I kind of wish you had more moves like that.
Yeah, just like some more physical death from above. So, peace will be brought to Arizona.
War really doesn't suit these lovely surroundings.
This is the one.
Here we go.
Jody. Nor someone as lovely as you.
Sure.
Yeah. No, you're totally right. That's like weirdly
Sandbag
specific.
that shit.
Like that's not like a passive thing. That's very targeted. That's so funny. I didn't remember it being like that, but that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, sure.
Oh.
Whatever.
Oh look, my damage
So,
points are getting better.
can we, because, obviously with this being an incredibly patriotic day, and Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw being out,
Yes.
this is, I might have to call it a day. This has been amazing to re-watch this game and seeing it in HD, and just, yeah, I was being a bit of a dick earlier when I said it, but like, I really didn't imagine this game would ever come back, and it's been an absolute joy to see it, to be honest.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm glad that you could be a part of this video too. It truly, to make this come full circle, you had to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, really. Because,
I'm glad you flew all the way to Canada to make this work. Just for this
flew
video.
all the way to be 600 miles away to be with us here. But yeah, no, thank you, James, for sitting in on this. And thank you all for raising awareness on Free Metal Wolf, because I think all of us together collectively, all our freedom energy is what brought this like to the forefront of everyone's mind palaces.
You were the lead developer on Metal Wolf Chaos.
We
XD.
all were. We all were.
It was the friendship that binds us.
We believed in justice over theory, for sure.